right around the holidays, it's always great to get a deal. You know, you see all these deals everywhere. Have you ever been to sweetdeals.com/Atlanta? You might want to check this out. There are deals now, Barnes, at Macy's, Target, JCPenney, Amazon, HelloFresh, and I just saw this one at Ace of Grey. I don't know if you know about Traeger grills. They're awesome. But there's this deal on this Traeger Pro 780 wood pellet grill. It was $1,000, half off.
Wow.
Half off. Just one of the many deals you can get at sweetdeals.com/Atlanta. Check it out.
We have a serious issue to get to, and this affects inter-show communications and probably some communications that you have.
Mm-hmm.
The FBI has issued a grave warning to all iPhone and Android users who intertwine. There's a huge issue going on that is leaving you vulnerable to hackers. This is not the same old issued story that's kind of a hype story. This story is 100% real. They're advising you to use encrypted apps because Chinese hackers have reportedly hacked several U.S. networks, and it's ongoing, this is a quote, ongoing and likely larger in scale than previously understood. So basically, if you're having a conversation from iPhone to Android, like you and I do, Leslie Fram, on a daily basis.
It's been going on for a while. I saw this story, and I think now we need to get serious about it.
No, it is the moment. This is legit. So I want to bring on Nikki Main. She is a science reporter for Daily Mail, and she knows all about it. Hey, Nikki.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Hey.
No, of course. First of all, are you iPhone or are you Android?
I am iPhone.
Okay, good. Good girl. Okay, what is, because, you know, you hear about these things all the time, but this one seems to be like really legit.
Yeah, when there's an FBI issued warning.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really big issue right now, especially as cybercrime is going, you know, it's just increasing. The recent hack by the Chinese-based cyber group is called Salt Typhoon, and they actually accessed about 8 telecom carriers, including AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, and can really, you know, it can impact your information. They can steal your data. They can, you know, actually steal your personal information, which can lead to them getting access to your bank accounts. I mean, this is a really serious issue that we're seeing right now.
How do you dumb it down like we're 5th graders? So you're talking to, you know, the other phone, whoever, you know, if you're iPhone, you're talking to Android or vice versa. They somehow, how do they choose you? Is it that they're going through the network and they're looking for phones that are having these conversations and they can dive into the phone?
Yeah, I mean, they're looking for phone conversations that wouldn't be encrypted. So encryption devices, it really just kind of scrambles the information. So, you know, if you send a text message on an encrypted service like WhatsApp, it would kind of show up as a generic code, you know, a bunch of numbers and letters. They wouldn't really be able to tell what you're talking about. But if you are not using an encrypted service, which is the case between Android and iPhone, they will actually be able to see those texts back and forth, and it can be very random. There's, you know, we don't know how many Americans were impacted by this hack right now. They don't know how widespread it is. They're still looking into it. So, I mean, it's really important to take those steps to protect yourself. And, you know, there's text messages that you would share between yourself and a friend or family member or partner that you may not think is important information, but it really can be. You know, sharing something, you know, saying to your friend, come over my house, here's my address, may not seem like a big deal, but to, you know, to a hacker, now they have your address.
Oh, that's true.
You know, you're leaving yourself vulnerable. You're leaving yourself exposed and open to somebody, you know, maybe a potential break-in, or, you know, that can also give them access to your bank details because that's information that you would have stored online. So it really all just kind of comes together. And, you know, one thing, there can be like a domino effect here.
This is so scary. We're talking to Nikki Main, science reporter for DailyMail.com. This is all about this FBI issuing a warning to all iPhone and Android users. Stop sending texts. Think about all the times, Barnes, somebody will say, hey, what's your mailing address for like just a Christmas card? And you've given it out, and it's somebody, I have an Android, you have an iPhone. So what is actually the FBI saying to do, Nikki?
The FBI is advising that everyone use anybody who's talking between Android and iPhone use an encrypted service like WhatsApp, like Signal, like Telegram, something that will be able to scramble your information so that a hacker cannot access it.
So is this a real-time hack? Do you know? Is it just an open door? So if they stumble upon your conversation, these hackers through the network, or is it in real time? So is it just they happen to be hacking a certain network and they get upon your messaging? Can they go in and see beyond that interaction?
I mean, we don't really know exactly the extent of the information. That's the big problem here. The FBI doesn't know how much data that they're getting. So
Scary.
The big thing is to protect yourself. I mean, this problem is not going away. If anything, it's getting worse. And it's better to play it safe than sorry and, take steps to protect yourself, your information, your loved ones. We just don't know how far this thing is going at.
What's cool is I'm already really annoyed when I have to speak to Android people. Nothing against you. Just the mixture of, not you, Nikki, but you if you're an Android user, just that green, it sends really low quality media like pictures and video.
Or how about sometimes I don't even get your text messages, which
it's
is
very
bizarre.
difficult. And Leslie suggested we use this new app, which we started using, which is encrypted, called Signal, and it's free if you're one that talks to. And actually, it's better, to be honest.
I like Signal.
Yeah, you can make a group.
I've been using it for a while.
It sends the full res images, and so it's a free alternative, but of course you could use WhatsApp. Are there any other ones that they're suggesting?
The only other one that I've seen is Telegram, but I know that's more of an international that's more of an international app that you can use. But I mean, it comes down to just focusing on these other third parties. Because if you're in a group text message even, and, yes, there are other iPhone users in that group message, but if there are Android users as well, it's now no longer encrypted.
Ooh.
So this is legit. If you're talking to Android people, get on WhatsApp or get this Signal app, which I really like, over maybe even WhatsApp. They're both free, and they're great alternatives. And this hacking thing is not, like Nikki said, not going to stop. So thank you for enlightening us with this, and thanks for that great article in Daily Mail, because that's what brought my attention to the whole thing in the first place.
Absolutely. I'm glad to raise awareness and, just hope that people can take steps to protect themselves.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.